Welcome to our Crash Course, an educational YouTube channel on maintaining motivation in virtual teams. According to CBS News, 96% of companies use virtual web meetings or events. Most of you are probably familiar with the basics of video conferencing. However, we will focus on the motivation aspect of working on a virtual team, which you may have not had as much experience with.
As virtual work is becoming more prevalent in companies today, it is crucial that young business students like you all at the Farmer School of Business learn how to motivate teams to communicate virtually so you're ready to enter the ever-growing virtual business world. Although keeping motivation virtually may be a challenge because team members are not physically together, teams that follow our 3 tips are guaranteed to be more driven to produce quality work and be more successful overall. The first step in having a motivated virtual team is to establish a platform that is accessible for everyone in the group. We recommend Google Hangouts because it allows video conferencing for teams up to 10 people. Although this is a platform we recommend, there are many other options, such as Skype for Business, Zoom, and GoToMeeting. Google Hangout allows teams to communicate with each other through messaging and video chat. Because all students have accessibility to Google Hangouts already, we will not go into much detail about this platform.
Once the virtual platform is established, it's time to focus on keeping the virtual team motivated within it. For tip 1, we recommend, when working on a virtual team in which team members do not initially know each other, to set aside 10 minutes at the beginning of the first conference for people to build initial connections. To continue to build these relationships, the Harvard Business Review recommends to try to take 5 minutes at the beginning of conference calls for everyone to share a recent professional success or some personal news. The amount of time set aside for building relationships will depend on how big the team is, how well the team knows each other beforehand, and how often you meet virtually. Fostering good relationships with colleagues promotes stronger work ethic and creates a more relaxed environment where team members are more motivated to communicate ideas during virtual conferences.
For tip 2, it is the role of the group leader to recognize employees for outstanding performance. We recommend setting aside time in virtual conferences for the leader to recognize employees for their work. According to an article by Project Management Institute, there are 3 important aspects to consider when it comes to recognition. First, cheerleading comments should be used sparingly by the conference leader. Second, motivate the team even when there are no apparent conflicts. And last, recognize people for individual accomplishments. This will motivate team members as they will see that their individual contributions matter to the success of the team as a whole.
Setting strict deadlines is very important, especially when a group leader is not present to remind group members of when a deadline is coming up. Our third tip is to set aside time at the end of a conference to establish deadlines and set goals for the task at hand. Again, there are a number of platforms available that accomplish this task. However, in this video, we are going to set deadlines using Google Calendar. Google Calendar gives you the ability to add coworkers' calendars to your own. To create a new event or deadline, simply click on the date when it would take place. You can then click on more options to view the full event details. Here's where you will name the event, add a description, and add team members. You also have the option of linking this event to a Google Hangout. Whether your team is using Google Calendars or another platform, it is important to find something that works for everyone. Deadlines help motivate members so the entire team has an ultimate goal in mind. When team members aren't meeting deadlines or if conflict arises, you may consider watching our crash course on resolving conflict in virtual teams.
Hopefully, after viewing this video, maintaining motivation in virtual conferences does not seem as difficult as it may have seemed before. Remember to first establish a virtual communication platform that works for everyone. Next, use the team's preferred platform to follow our 3 tips of establishing relationships, ongoing recognition, and setting deadlines to maintain motivation on the team. Thank you for watching, and we hope our tips help with your success in the virtual business world. Bye!